Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of the MUSpartans.com Spartan Show for the week of October the 17th through the 21st, 2016. On today's show we get our final update from the planning of Primetime at the PERC with Senior Sport Management Major Andrew Topp. Coach Corey Brueggeman and sophomore player Ben Niederhelman and junior goalkeeper Brady Forman stop in to tell us how the men's soccer season is going, and head men's and women's swimming and diving coach Mike Kroll looks ahead at early season practices and the team's first meet. Stay tuned. Our first guest on today's show will be Senior Sport Management Major Andrew Topp. Andrew, before we begin discussing Primetime at the PERC to the audience at home, can you explain just a little bit about yourself, what you're involved with on campus, what your hometown is, some other majors and minors, things of that nature?
Yeah, sure. I'm a senior sport management major involved with the College of Business Club and a member of our Manchester golf team. I'm from Monticello, Indiana. More people know it for Indiana Beach, the actual town name.
Awesome. So, Andrew, now we know that you have been one of several individuals that we have interviewed on this show for Primetime at the PERC and throughout the various classes. So what classes are you involved in with this planning, and what are those classes doing to help with the planning?
I'm involved in two of them, actually. I'm involved in Dr. Kong's marketing class, as well as Professor Atkins's sport information and policies class. For Atkins's class, we're focusing on the event videos itself, like the pre-event, during event, post-event videos, trying to get them out there, trying to get everyone really prepared and really ready for it, as well as having an ending. And for our marketing class, we were trying to get the word out, trying to making sure everyone knows about Primetime at the PERC, know what time it is, the day, place, everything, which is actually this Thursday at 8 o'clock, by the way. And we're having also a new thing this year, a dunk cam. Basically, it's the clip everyone has seen everywhere. Basically, you find one person who is unsuspecting, and you go up there and you dunk on him with a Nerf hoop, and then you send it into our Manchester Primetime at the PERC Twitter page, and then we'll pick our top 5 favorites, and then we'll show them during the Primetime at the PERC event, and the winner gets a prize.
That's awesome. Well, Andrew, thanks for joining us, and make sure to swing by for Primetime at the PERC 2016 this Thursday night, October the 20th at 8 p.m. inside Stauffer Wolf Arena to support the 2016-17 men's and women's basketball programs. Next up on today's show is sophomore midfielder Ben Niederhelman, junior goalkeeper Brady Forman, and head men's soccer coach Corey Brueggeman. Coach, we'll start with you. Can you give us some initial thoughts on how the last couple of weeks have been for your team?
We've been in I'd say a little bit of a struggle for the past couple of weeks. The results have not been what we wanted. We've played well. We've executed what I believe is the process that we put in place, and our guys are sticking to it for the most part, but the results just aren't coming. And that's part of soccer. You can play well and dominate a game, and at the end of the game, just not have the result. So hopefully we can rebound.
So Brady and Ben, for you, as you continue to move towards the end of the season, how do you feel the team has come together in terms of connecting both on and off the field?
I think we do a lot of things on the field, and a lot of us are pretty close players. We're all a lot of good friends, and so we frequently hang out with each other on the weekends and outside of class and stuff. So I think having a good team communication and team chemistry has really helped.
Brady?
Yeah, I think spending time off the field definitely helps contribute to playing on the field together. Really getting that chemistry together works well.
Okay, awesome. Coach, let's take a look at this week. You have 2 more conference games against Defiance College on Wednesday and then Mount St. Joseph on Saturday. So what will the 2 games be like for the team, and what should we expect out of both of those oppositions?
I think it'll be a test for our character and our just willpower. I mean, they're going to be 2 scrappy, athletic teams that want nothing more than to beat us. And we are prepared physically, mentally, and tactically, technically, and keep going. We're prepared to play them, and it's up to us to execute. So I am so excited for the next 4 games. I think they're all winnable, and if we can do that, we put ourselves in contention to be top 4.
Awesome. So Brady and Ben, one thing that's up and coming this week is that Saturday is senior day for both the men's and the women's soccer programs. So what were you going to miss most about all of the members of your team and also the women's team that are members of the graduating class of 2017?
I think even being one of the younger players, I still connected a lot with a lot of the upperclassmen just from last year and this year. I don't know, just hang out with them a lot and got pretty close to a lot of them. Miss them quite a bit.
Brady?
Yeah, and the same for me as well. Having their guidance really helped coming in as freshman and sophomore. Through the years, just getting those extra tidbits that they know that we don't coming in really helps.
Okay, well, that's a great point. And guys, thank you for joining us. Thanks for wrapping up a little bit of our season to us. And good luck with the rest of your schedule as you move forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have a new segment that we're going to unveil here on the Spartan Show. We're going to call it Hot Seat, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a rapid fire questionnaire with one of our guests every week, whether it be a player or a coach. We have these note cards here with random questions on it regarding favorite things, maybe a little bit about what life is like here at Manchester University. We'll read these questions, and our goal is to try and get through as many questions as we can with our guest, or try to get through all the questions at a time. We're going to go 45 seconds, and our first guest and our first person to try this out is going to be goalkeeper Brady Forman. We just saw him in the last segment with the men's soccer team. So we're going to start the timer as soon as I read the first question, and then we'll see how many questions that Brady can answer. So Brady, first question: what other sports have you played competitively in your career?
Baseball is the only one.
Just baseball.
Yep.
What is your perfect vacation destination?
Ooh, somewhere in Virginia in the mountains.
All right. Where's your hometown?
Hastings, Michigan.
Okay. Got a favorite color?
Dark green.
Favorite professional athletic team?
Ooh, Detroit Tigers.
All right. Do you have any siblings? If so, how many?
None.
Your only child?
Yes, sir.
Got a favorite band or a favorite song?
Probably Jason Aldean would be my favorite.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite music genre?
Country.
High school? Where was your high school?
Lakewood High School.
Okay. What is your major and what are any minors that you might have?
Business management major and no minors.
Okay. Favorite campus club that you're involved with?
Probably be my Manchester Fishing Club.
Okay. How about a favorite TV series?
Probably A-Team.
All right, and that's all the time we have. Thanks, Brady, for joining us, and we'll have another contestant next week.
Thank you.
For our next segment on today's show, we take a look at our weekly highlight reels. Our highlights from last week come from Saturday's volleyball tri-match at Manchester University that featured the Spartans, Mount St. Joseph University, and Adrian College of Michigan. The day started off right for the black and gold as they knocked off HCAC member Mount St. Joseph in a 5-set thriller, stealing the final set 15-10. Spartans returned to action later in the day, falling to the non-conference opponent Adrian College Bulldogs in straight sets. The Spartans now stand at 12-10 and 4-3 in the HCAC conference this year. Now it is time to unveil our Spartan Show MVP of the week. This week we honor the women's tennis team who saw their season conclude with the 2016 HCAC Women's Tennis Tournament this weekend. The Lady Spartans faced off against rival Anderson University in the quarterfinals, rallying back from a 2-1 deficit at the end of doubles play to upend the Ravens 5-2, thanks to 4 straight victories in singles play. However, the black and gold fell in the semifinals to Hanover College, the tournament's #1 seed and the tournament runner-up, by a 5-0 final count. The team finished with a 6-7 record on the season. Congratulations, ladies, on a great season. Our final guest is men's and women's swimming and diving coach Mike Kroll. Coach, can you tell the audience a little bit about this year's squads?
Sure, yeah, we have a good number of returners coming back, so it's good to build on that groundwork that we've been building the last couple of years as we head into the 3rd season as a program. And we also have some fresh first-year students coming in that we think will really help the program, as well as a couple of transfers. We have a couple of male divers, which we haven't had before on the program, so it'll be good to add that to our repertoire. And we're expecting those guys to make a big impact for us. We have a gentleman from Florida that we think is going to do really well for us, and so on. So we're adding depth, and we're continuing to build on the groundwork that we established the last 2 years.
Okay, awesome. And Coach, one thing that some people at home may not know about this team is that you're actually connected with the OAC, not the HCAC.
Mm-hmm.
Can you reflect for a moment on what it's been like in the last year to be a part of that conference with the affiliation,
Sure.
and what that means going into the 3rd year of the program to be established with them?
Yeah, the OAC has been great for us. So the HCAC doesn't sponsor swimming at this time, so we are an affiliate member of the Ohio Athletic Conference. And the conference not only provides us with a conference championship, that is a very strong championship for us. It has competition for us for where we want to be as a program, but also where we're at now with the program. So it's an agreement that we look forward to keeping, not just as we continue to get the program up and running, but one that we look forward to continuing as we improve and get bigger and hopefully compete.
Cool. So the final question is that you actually started your competitive season last weekend at the Wabash College Invitational. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw out of your squad and maybe some things that you can improve on as you continue to move forward?
Yeah, I thought we had a good outing our first week. one of the things that we really look for the first half of the season is not so much the times. I mean, we do use the times to see where we're at in the season and where we are training wise and what we need to work on more in the pool. But what I also look for is just how their energy is on deck. How are they supporting each other in their races? So are they cheering for each other? What's the level of enthusiasm and stuff like that over at the bench area? And they had great enthusiasm. Not only did they enjoy themselves amongst themselves, but they are very friendly with other teams, and they'll make friends with other team members and stuff like that while they're behind the blocks. And it just goes for that positive attitude that we're looking for, not only from our team members within the team, but the atmosphere that we want to project to other teams and stuff like that. So we were really excited about that. Performance-wise, we had two sophomores, Gerby Ruska and Annie Bars, who were just named today collegeswimming.com's OAC Swimmers of the Week for their performances this weekend. So that's a great start for us. That's the first time, I believe, in our program's history that we've had even one individual get that honor. So to have two in 1 week is pretty good. So we were happy all around.
Good, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Coach Kroll, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
For our final segment on today's show, we take a look at the upcoming athletic calendar for Manchester University. This week, on Wednesday, October the 19th, the women's soccer team will be playing at home at Good Field against Defiance College at 3:30 p.m., while the men are on the road at Defiance College for a similar 3:30 p.m. start time. Also on Wednesday night, the women's volleyball team will be back in action as they take on Bluffton University on the road at 7 p.m. This Saturday, October the 22nd, will be the next day for athletics here at Manchester University. The men's and women's golf teams will be on the road at the University of Illinois Springfield Island Getaway in Rio Grande, Puerto Rico, which will go through next Wednesday. At 1 p.m., the men's and women's swimming and diving teams will be participating in an invitational at Purdue University. At 1 and 6 p.m. on Saturday, the women's volleyball team will be taking on Great Lakes Christian College and Illinois Tech at Illinois Tech for a tri-match. Also this week, the men's football team will be back in action at Bluffton University for a 1:30 p.m. kickoff. And then spotlighting the weekend will be the women's and men's doubleheader against Mount St. Joseph in soccer at Good Field at 1 and 3:30 p.m., which is Senior Day 2016 for both teams. That's all the time we have for this edition of the Spartan Show. Make sure to stay up to date with all Manchester University stats, scores, and news by visiting www.muspartans.com. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to tune in next week for another edition of the Spartan Show.